Ireland stained in silence. Nearly 800 infants, discarded like shame, unearthed from beneath an unrun home. What do we do with the ghosts of a nation's sins? Reddit starts whispering.
This story makes my stomach turn. Babies. In a septic tank.
Not just babies, human lives erased, like clerical errors.
And they called it a home. That word has no meaning anymore.
The Catholic Church has blood on its hands, and they still walk free.
I was raised Catholic. Reading this feels like being punched in the soul.
You know what's worse? This isn't some medieval tragedy. It ended in the late 20th century.
And still, no justice. No trials. No accountability.
Ireland buried its shame underground. Now it's resurfacing one tiny bone at a time.
The Magdalene laundries, the baby homes, the silence, all systematic, all sanctioned.
This wasn't a tragedy. This was a cover-up. A state-sponsored amnesia project.
Imagine being a survivor, knowing your sibling might be one of those remains.
When horror wears the veil of virtue, it becomes unrecognizable. But Reddit peels it back. One line, one memory, one scream at a time.
They told unwed mothers they were sinners, then punished their babies for being born.
This is why institutional religion terrifies me. It hides behind piety to commit atrocities.
Imagine giving birth, being told your child died, and decades later you learn they were dumped like trash.
It's not just history. Some of these women are still alive, and still gaslit.
How do you live with that kind of grief? That kind of betrayal?
You don't. You just survive. And hope someone listens.
And yet, no criminal charges. No exhumations. Just apologies that cost nothing. One priest actually said we did what we thought was right. Let that sink in.
Mothers were forced to scrub floors as penance. Their babies were buried in sewage.
If this happened in any other institution, it would be called mass murder. And yet the church still gets tax breaks, public funds, and political protection.
There is a moment when the mind rebels, when the soul can't process. This is that moment. Welcome to the edge of unbearable memory.
Septic tanks. They put infants in septic tanks, and called it care.
How do you confess that in church? Forgive me, Father, I disposed of 796 babies.
This is not just history. It's a blueprint of silence, shame, and systemic rot.
If the word evil has any meaning, this is it. No nuance. Just horror. What kind of God were they serving? Certainly not one that loves children.
The nuns sang hymns while the ground beneath them became a grave.
I'm tired of hearing it was a different time. No time justifies this.
Those babies weren't baptized, so they said their souls were lost. But they lost their humanity.
I want every one of those names on a wall. A real memorial. With real accountability.
We name hurricanes. We number victims. But 796 babies and not one gravestone.
I don't want an apology. I want the ground dug up, the names spoken, and the guilty stripped of their robes.
What happens when a society buries its sins so deep they grow roots? Welcome to the aftermath, where ghosts wear habits and silence is sacred.
Let me guess, there will be a documentary, a teary-eyed bishop, and zero consequences.
Maybe the church will canonize the septic tank. Call it a holy vessel of purification.
If karma exists, it must be slow, blind, and incredibly polite to clergymen.
Don't worry. I'm sure the Vatican is deeply saddened while sipping 300-year-old wine.
They'll offer prayers, but not DNA tests. Candles, but no names. Ashes without fire.
They called it a home, like Auschwitz was a spa retreat.
Every institution that protected this should be dismantled brick by brick, including the ones in people's minds.
What's worse? That it happened or that it was designed to happen?
If you say not all nuns, I swear I'll throw a Bible hard enough to baptize you.
Maybe one day Ireland will run out of unmarked graves, but not today.
796 infants. Lost. Forgotten. But hey, at least the grass is green.